Hey everybody, it's David here with Payline again. After a nice little 2 week hiatus, I've been getting ready to go back to college and get my life kind of squared away in that aspect, so I haven't been putting out videos as much as I wanted to, but I'm back again. Had some great conversations again tonight. We talked about the Packers a little bit more now that Aaron Rodgers is back in camp. We talked about the Colts and their future, and we talked a little bit of MLB. I got a couple of baseball hardos, and surprisingly enough, 3 for 3 said that Slam Diego is probably going to win the pennant this year. I don't really know shit about baseball, but it was cool to talk to everybody, kind of get their takes and opinions. And for the first time ever, I found another fellow Mavs fan. So that was a great conversation towards the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you stick till the end, that's awesome, even more awesome than anything else. But thanks for the like, thanks for the subscribes. I'm up to 15 subscribers now, and I'd like to thank pretty much the 15 people I've talked to previous to this for doing that, and a couple of my personal friends. But you guys are the best. I make these videos to sort of see what the comments are like. And honestly, if you guys have anything you want me to talk about, any topics that really interest you guys, then leave them in the comments. Let me know kind of what sparks interest for you guys. And hope you guys enjoy the video.
Kind of hot, man. I don't know, but you look like you either play games 24/8 or like I don't know. You definitely stream.
No, I make YouTube stuff, but that's pretty much it.
I was close.
You're very close. So what sports are y'all into? What do you guys follow?
He hits baseballs. I hit golf balls.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I like playing in the rain to get my balls wet sometimes.
Dude, I feel that. I feel that. But on a serious note, with MLB kind of sort of coming down the home stretch, what teams do you think you're going to probably see sneak into the playoffs? Slash, like, how do you see this year's postseason going?
Postseason. Oh shit. Fuck. I'm just gonna stick with who I think's gonna win it straight up. I saw one guy talking about the Padres. Definitely going all the way, man.
Slam Diego's really got something going on there because, like, there's been so many games I've either been watching or gambling on, and those guys seem to just come out of fucking nowhere all the time and either fuck my bets or, like, have a good bet just out of nowhere. So they have the bats to do it. I don't know if they have the fielding to do it, but they sure as hell have the bats to do it, you know? So,
Yeah, I feel you there, man.
yes, sir. Yeah.
Shit.
Any other sports y'all really keep up with or care about?
Um.
I don't keep up with no sports, but I
So,
like them. So.
Fuck
I do another sport. It's gonna sound a little gay. I do bowling.
bowling. Okay, bowling. Well, every sport, I'll say this, every sport is only as gay as people are going to make it, right? So, like, if you're just popping off and you're doing well, it's a skill, you're fine to go. You know what I mean?
Sounds fair, man.
Yeah, but if you're just there to slap ass in the locker room, I don't know.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's a little bit.
that's camaraderie. That ain't gay until somebody's, like, slapping your front dick, you know what I mean? At that point, it's a little bit gay.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
That's a little bit gay.
You know anything about bowling?
I know that a perfect score is 300. I know I guess, like, I know, like, the basic fundamentals, but I don't know, like, the pros or, like, what league they're in or anything like that. Like, that's above my head.
That's fair. I don't know shit about bowling. I just do good at it.
What's on him? What's up, dude?
What's up, dude?
Hey, so baseball, I just asked some other guy the same question. Who do you think you're going to see in the postseason, slash who do you think is going to win it all this year?
The Golden State Warriors.
No, basketball, my dude. Or, sorry, baseball, my bad. Oh, yeah, wait, no, fuck. Your thing is basketball. That's my bad. I saw the brass pro and I immediately defaulted to thinking you're a baseball guy.
Nah.
So, okay, so on basketball note, though, the Golden State Warriors, I think, are kind of, like, not underrated, but I think they're, like, sleeper good, because Clay's coming back. Clay hasn't been in the NBA for 2 fucking years, right? Like,
Uh-huh.
I'm a Mavs fan, obviously. I don't
Oh,
give a
okay, so you
shit.
like Luka.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but if y'all saw him in the bronze medal game, he choked that shit away. He started the game with 4 turnovers, and he just got flustered and fucked the whole game. But I digress. The Golden State Warriors, with Clay coming back after 2 years, they've got a force. I don't know why. Who's that rookie, or, like, that first, second year they traded away? Pascal?
Pascal. Yeah,
He was.
Pascal.
I don't know why the fuck they traded him away. I thought he was like
good.
he was one of the best component players on the bench, like, bar none. He was hooping, but I mean, I guess he either wasn't a fit or they'd have to pay him or something. But I really do think the Golden State's gonna have a huge resurgence next year, just because they're gonna get back all their shooters. And Steph was hurt for like half of last year, so they got a really good chance of going deep in the playoffs, I think.
Yeah. Who do you think is gonna win?
I honestly don't know. I think the Heat got a fuck ton better with the addition of Lowry and some other key players. I think they're going to be good. The Bucks could run it back, if it's perfect conditions. I Out of the West, though, I kind of see. I think the Clippers finally get their shit together. Hopefully this year, we'll see. But I don't know. I think there's more parity and more competitiveness in the NBA in this next season than we're going to have seen in a while. Because a lot of the teams have become focal points of superstars to really go to. So we'll see. But I don't think the Mavs are going to get it. I don't think, maybe the Nets, if they fucking stay healthy. They just got, what's his face? Who they get? Patty Mills, right? And Patty Mills in the Olympics was an absolute fucking monster. So to have him either coming off the bench or to be that fifth guy, he will be coming off the bench, right? Because you have Harden and Kyrie starting. So having Patty Mills come off the bench will be a huge buff to the Nets. So maybe they win it. I don't know. There's just too many good teams.
What do you think about the Lakers?
You know what I think about the Lakers is they're opening an investigation for tampering for the Heat and some other team. How the fuck is there no what is it called, collusion or tampering shit for LeBron, right? Like you got Russell, you got Carmelo Anthony, and you got like all the other old heads now on the Lakers. So like
Got Westbrook.
Yeah, Westbrook. I mean, like they that's a pretty stacked roster, but I just don't know. It's the same problem. There's only one basketball, and I think if you have Russell Westbrook on your team, he either needs to be the main guy when he's starting, or he needs to be the main guy coming off the bench. And I don't think you can convince Russell Westbrook to come off the bench. That's a hard sell. Because he's like an insane player. He's insanely good. So.
Yo, what's up, man?
Yo, what's up, man? What's going on?
Bro, I like that Mavericks. I like the Mavericks flag.
Thank you, bro. I like your LEDs, bro. I got some, but the lights are on, so you can't see them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Bucks fan, but I'm a big fan of Lucas, so.
Fuck yeah, dude. Did you watch the bronze medal match?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we talk about Luka throwing away the ball like 5 times to start the game or whatever? Like, he seems so out of sorts. Like, that whole team seemed pretty out of sorts. They had like 16 or 18 turnovers in that match, man. Like,
yeah.
What were they doing, bro?
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah. So, wait, what would your favorite NFL team be?
I support the Cowboys because I am in Texas, but I think my favorite team to root for is the Browns.
I get that.
After their 0-16, after their second 0-16 or 1-16 season, I just was like, they got Baker now, because I got to meet Baker a couple of times when I was in college. He's a cool dude.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, and then they completely turned it around. Their whole organization, top to bottom, has really flipped it. So I think think about it. They were cruising last year and almost made a deep. They were literally a play or two away from going to the Super Bowl. But
exactly.
Instead, they Kansas ran that crazy fake on 4th down.
Yeah, Kansas finished them off.
That was fucking gross. That was a nasty play. I see the Green Bay Packers hat. How happy are you that Aaron Rodgers is back in camp?
I am very happy. I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean that's because I was just talking to somebody. He's like, "Who do you think's gonna make it all the way this year?" And it's like, I think we're gonna see the Buccaneers and the Packers go at it again.
Yeah.
And
hopefully the Packers are victorious.
I mean, I love Aaron Rodgers, MVP season. The dude hopefully gets all that shit sorted out with the front office.
I hope so too, man.
I mean, because I think he either has. If the front office shit gets resolved, or if they win a Super Bowl, he definitely stays in Green Bay.
Yeah.
If not, this is his last year and he's fucking off somewhere else.
Yeah. I mean, I watched his press conference and sorry, there's background noise.
You're good. I don't care.
So I watched his conference. I was a little ticked off while he was even doing it. I thought it was more for publicity and like fame and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So then they would talk about him. But then I heard his press conference and that kind of got me. I get that because they're still not really adding him in the conversation. He's been carrying the leader of the team for 16 years now.
Yeah.
So
it's one thing if this is even Jones or somebody talking all that shit about the front office.
Yeah.
Because if you think faces of franchises, Green Bay Packers, the first and only name that comes to mind in the recent NFL era is Aaron Rodgers. I guess you could say Brett Favre as well, but it's as far as modernity's sake, it is Aaron Rodgers' team is the Packers, and the Packers are good because of Aaron Rodgers,
Yeah, exactly.
And he wasn't calling out coaches or players or his defense or nothing. His whole beef revolved entirely around Gunther Kuntz and the front office and the ownership kind of dicking him over and not giving him respect. Because, you're right. It's what is it? You said 16 fucking years? That's a long-ass time to be not
Yeah.
only the quarterback for one team, but to be like Mount Rushmore status
Yeah.
for NFL quarterback. So I'm happy everything worked out. I'm happy he's not a Bronco this year because that would have been stupid as shit, you know. So
Yeah.
good for the Packers. They at least get him for one more year.
Yeah. They gotta try to keep him after this year though, because I was watching Packer Family Night, you know, and
Yeah.
I was watching Jordan Love take some snaps. He fumbled like 3 times.
So how does when Jordan Love got drafted, what were you thinking? What was going through your head when you saw that?
I mean, I guess it's not really my decision. I feel like I thought he was gonna be a pick for trade
hmm
or to light a fire underneath A-Rod's butt because they were like, I don't know.
Got the MVP that year. I mean,
Exactly. So I mean, obviously it worked. And he said in his press conference that he he likes Kevin Love and all that.
yeah.
And that's not even and it's just the head office and all that.
So, dude.
Sup?
So, dude. All right, hey, basketball. Who's your team?
Bro, I don't even like basketball. I just put the sports in it. But, you know, if I had to pick, I'm from Indiana, so the Pacers.
Pacers. Okay. So, like, what sports do you follow intently that you like actually care about?
Football, American football.
Football. Okay, who's your team for that?
The Colts.
The Colts. Okay, this is a great conversation piece. Carson Wentz was playing his mind off, right, during the beginning of the preseason, hurts himself. They say he's going to be out for like 5 to 12 weeks with his foot injury from like a floating bone that was in there since high school or some shit.
Yep.
Look, everybody hates on Carson Wentz and everybody hates on the Colts. I really do think they have a nasty fucking squad. Like,
you know what? I think the same. I don't think, I'm not like biased about everything. I'm not saying we're going to the Super Bowl, but I think we're honestly an underrated team.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, the weapons you guys have in the wide receiver positions, your offensive line is fucking gross. Your defense is at least solid. It's not like something to write home about. Special teams has always been good for the Colts, so that's not even a worry. But, like, the Colts, I think, are an not valued team, but people don't take them as seriously as I think they should. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
I'm in Texas, so I'm a huge Cowboys fan, but like the team I root for the most intently is the Browns. After they went 0-16, I decided I'm like,
I wanted them to win the Super Bowl so bad. That would have been so cool.
Think about that though. Like last year, they were literally 2 plays, 1 play away from going to the divisional round and then probably going to the Super Bowl. That's crazy.
Sad
yeah.
Watching that game.
It sucks. I mean, but like, hats off to Andy Reid. The amount of fucking balls it takes to call that play with a backup QB 4th and 1, that's some shit. But I mean, because like think about it, the Browns are getting Odell back, right? Their defense is healthy now. Their offense is healthy now. I only think the Browns are just going to get better, especially going into this year with the offseason and COVID and all the bullshit from last year.
They're more healthy than this year.
Oh yeah.
And it's going to be way better.
It's going to be a ton better. And it's like, you look at the Colts too, because like, it sucks that Quentin Nelson and Carson Wentz both had a foot injury. They're both scheduled to be out for 5 to 12 weeks, whatever. Mm-hmm. I still think that team definitely makes the playoffs, and then from there, it's like, if they get into the playoffs, right, they've gotten all their bullshit surgeries, and I think that's why they did all these surgeries and stuff now, because they're like, listen, we have a squad here, we can make a playoff push. If you have something that's fucked up, get it dealt with now, because we don't want to deal with this in week 15, week 16, right before playoffs, because then that will fuck the team. But you know what it is. Like, it's okay. So here's another thing, right? They had Phillip Rivers as a quarterback last year,
Okay.
And no hate to Phil, but it was his time to retire. Strictly,
I think it was.
He had a great, insane run to be, what was he, like a starter for like 18 years in the like. That's commendable. That's fantastic. But that's not the guy I don't think that'll lead you to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he's not mobile. He's not really that mobile.
Yeah.
Can't really get in the pocket fast enough.
Cannon of a fucking arm.
Yeah, he does.
The absolute cannon of an arm, though.
We need a mobile quarterback that can get out the pocket.
And so I think Carson Wentz can be that guy, because I think he's just been so unhealthy for so long. If he can go the rest of the season avoiding an injury, I really do think, not like that he's like in the MVP conversation, but he might get like comeback player. Because if you remember back when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, he was like MVP front runner. The dude was.
He was so good because our team was so good. They had a lot of weapons on offense. Now, like Eagles now didn't really have that.
Yeah, but think about like the parallels between that Eagles team and the Colts team now. It's like, what do the Eagles have? Insane O-line, great defense, great special teams, right?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what the Colts have. So now they're just like recreating it. I forget what coach he had, but he had Frank Wright. There you go. Dude, look at this guy. He's a savant. He knows everything about the Colts. But yeah, so that now he's back with Frank Wright. I mean, this is it. I think this is the year for the Colts to really make a push. I'm not, like I said, I'm with you. I'm not saying Super Bowl, but I'm saying probably at least second round of the playoffs. So
Yeah, I really hope so.
Good shit.
Super Bowl would be very surprising.
But it would be awesome. You'd be well welcome.
Yeah.
I'd be if the Cowboys eat shit, the Browns eat shit. I am immediately rooting for the Colts to go all the way. Good for them.
Man, for real.
So, dude.
What's up, my guy?
All right. So you look like a baseball guy through and through. Who do you think is gonna bring home the pennant this year?
I wish for the Yankees, but that's probably not gonna happen.
So okay, so I'm a Rangers fan. I'm in Dallas, right? They got who did they get from us? They got Rougned Odor and they got Joey Gallo. I think are now in the Yankees, if I'm correct. So, because as a Rangers fan, right? Like once Beltray left, I kind of stopped watching because he was like kind of the soul of the team. But then post that, it's like, okay, well, at least we have Rugi and we have everybody else. And then those guys, so the best players on the Rangers are now completely gone to other teams. And now, so my two favorite players behind him are now on the Yankees. So I guess by osmosis, I've never rooted for the Yankees before, but I have found myself tuning into more and more games and hoping to win. Because, like, I know that it's a shitty situation in Texas for those guys to really be on that team with, like, no great bullpen, no great, bats at all. And so to see the best two guys on the team just kind of wither away made no sense to me. So it's like, do I hate the Yankees fundamentally because of the Yankees? Yes. Do I understand where they're coming from? Also, yes, now I do. Because it's like, people are like, oh, they're just going to buy the best players. These are two guys that have just fucking done great. They're on the Rangers, right? What the fuck are they going to do on the Rangers for that team? They can probably help their win total by a couple of wins here or there, but they're not making postseason, not at the rate they're going. So, it is what it is, though. What's that, dude?
Oh my god, wait.
Okay, before you say anything, I'm not a famous YouTuber. I do have a YouTube channel. It's not big. You've never heard of me before. Go ahead and say what you want to say.
Well, you pretty much took the words out of my mouth.
Exactly. So, that's the channel, just to show you. I only have 15 subs. I don't got shit going on for me. But I am interviewing people on Omegle. I like to talk to them about what sports they like. Obviously, you're a Green Bay Packers fan. So, how happy are you that Aaron Rodgers is back in camp and doing his thing?
Well, honestly, for a while, I kind of disliked him because he was like, I didn't really respect him for being mad at the head office. But overall, I'm pretty happy he's back. But he's not coming back after next year. He's out of here. He's not coming back.
I was talking to another Packers fan, and I told this to him, and I want to see what you think about it. If they make another push and he either A, wins the MVP again, or B, they win a Super Bowl, I think those are the only two things where he'll stay in Green Bay, right?
Yeah.
Because when you think face of a franchise, Mount Rushmore quarterbacks, right? If you think Green Bay Packers, there's two quarterbacks that immediately come to mind. Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, right? And so Brett Favre kind of soiled his pants on the way out, and that's fine. It is history at this point. But Aaron Rodgers is still that guy. They drafted Jordan Love, lit a fire under his ass, and now he seriously, next year won an MVP, right, with spectacular play. And they were this close to going to the Super Bowl, So, I understand where he's coming from, where, the front office are, kind of acting like douchebags to him. But at the same time, it's I will say this. I would have been a lot harsher about what he did if he was not at training camp on time, right? So, essentially, he bitched a lot, true. But at the end of the day, he didn't really miss any, active football structure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He ruffled some feathers for sure, and he did, kind of perturb a lot of people in Green Bay. But, still there day one of camp, showed up, balling out, obviously. So, I'm excited to see what the Packers do this year. I really am.
I think if there's going to be one year that we win the Super Bowl, this is going to be it.
That's kind of what I've been feeling, because, I'm in Dallas, right? I'm a huge Mavs fan, huge Cowboys fan, but it's people are like, oh, yeah, the Cowboys or some other teams. I think it's going to be the same shit as last year. I think the two teams that are going to be in the championship game are going to be the Bucks, and it's going to be the Packers again. Because, The Bucks brought everybody back, and they have Tom Brady. That's just
Yeah.
a force of nature team. Have fun stopping that, right? Because people have talked about like the one thing that eludes Tom Brady in his career is the perfect season Super Bowl win, which Eli Manning stole from him, which is funny in its own
Yeah.
right. But it's like, they have the team to do it, but it's like the Packers and Aaron Rodgers by him. This is why it's crazy to me that like fucking people came down so hard on Aaron Rodgers. He is that franchise, right? Because if he goes to the Broncos, they're in contention now, right?
Yeah.
Almost immediately, just because of him. And the Green Bay Packers are. I think if you take Aaron Rodgers out of there, their quarterbacking is going to stink comparatively, but it's like the team around it is still going to be good. So it's like the Packers have a real shot at winning here. I think, like a serious, legitimate shot at winning here.
Well, I think if Aaron Rodgers is gonna leave, I think Devontae Adams. I think he's gonna
Go
leave
with
him.
him, yeah.
Yep, they're gonna go together. I think if Aaron Rodgers did go to the Broncos, Devontae Adams is going with him, and they're gonna have he's gonna make that team good. The Broncos.
Because like think about that, you're not just getting a top flight quarterback who's like I said earlier, like arguably Mount Rushmore top 5 QBs of all time. You're also getting one of the backs in the league who is a fucking freight train. That dude just runs people over literally for a living. So like that's a 1-2 punch that I think any team would welcome with open arms. What's up, dude?
Mavericks all day. You know what I'm saying?
Let's fucking go. All right off the bat. Let's get down to brass tacks. Who's your team? Who do you root for?
I gotta go with Mavericks all day.
Do you actually root for the Mavericks?
Yes, 100%.
Fuck yeah, dude. Awesome. Okay, so I'll ask you this, because this is like, I never get to talk about the Mavericks because nobody gives a shit about the Mavs. But I know, it's bullshit. But do you think that we have a team that can make it into the second round at this point? Because I know that's been kind of our stopgap moving forward here. Do you think we have enough pieces? Do you think the roster's changed enough for that KP's healthy enough to really get us there?
No.
That's kind of what I think, and I don't like that answer, but I agree with you.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. That's what me and the other dude were talking about. It's like we have like Luka Doncic. He's like excellent player, like top notch.
Oh yeah.
But his surroundings, he needs like we were talking about. Like he needs like 1 or 2 star players to help him out. Like Damian Lillard has CJ McConnell to like be there if anything.
Yep.
And that's what Luka needs, but he doesn't have that really. And then our center, the unicorn. He's not good like he was in the Knicks. So like we need a better center.
He hasn't been the same. I said this. I said that, or during the beginning of the preseason, the beginning of the offseason, I said we need to get either Bradley Beal or Russell Westbrook because I think they would be amazing point guards. Like right, like they're on a shitty.
No, that's what we was talking about. Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is not a good player. Like, all right, I'm gonna give it to him. He's like so good at athleticism, and he's like he can get to the rim. But when it comes down to the fourth quarter, he gives it up. He takes over the ball, and he shoots double what he does during the first, second, and third quarter, and like that's what he needs that player to come in. But he makes dumb decisions.
That's why I'm concerned with him going to the Lakers because there is only one basketball. Now you're gonna have Russell Westbrook and LeBron and Carmelo and all these other fucking guys like. There's one basketball, man. So either so Russell's either gonna have to come off the like. So here's what I said, right? Like, if we were to get Russell Westbrook, I would say like don't start him, make him come out with the bench squad so you can just tear the fuck out of everybody, right? Because like I always thought about that where it's like I know you need to have great players start against other great players, but if those guys really want to make a team that much better, like LeBron James can probably play in the NBA for like another 5-6 years, I would think, right? And that's like a starter role. If LeBron moves to the bench, he's going to be cutting up fools for a decade, right? So, like, if you move Damian Lillard, if you move Russell Westbrook, if you move some of these superstars to the bench and have them start off the bench, right? Suddenly you have a guy that nobody can guard from the starters. The bench sure as fuck ain't going to do nothing to him. You know what I mean? But back to the Mavs, though. I really do think that we have a good team. I think the Hardaway deal was good. I can't get over, after the bubble season, when we got rid of Seth Curry and we got rid of some of the other players, that broke my heart. Like, we had a squad there, like we had a real, because like, if Porzingis didn't get hurt in that series, we could have beat the Clippers, and then who knows what happens after that, Because at that point, it's just anybody's ball game, but it is what it is. We didn't get it going.
And now that is in with the 76ers, right?
Yep.
He improved. Now he's like making shots, like he's actually making plays. And if he would have did that with us, it would have been like a whole different story.
Because, like, I always thought he was that guy. You know, like, I really did think he was an amazing point guard. And it's like he had great plays in the bubble. He was playing well during the regular season. And they're like, yep, we'll send him to Philly for fucking some garbage players and some draft picks. I'm like, what are we doing here? You know, because you're right. It's like I look at Luka and I'm like, generational talent, amazing draft pick. We lucked out with him, right? That he was as good as he was. Or I guess that you could attribute that to foresight on the Mavs, like, scouting department, whatever the fuck you want to say. Great for them. But they went and got Porzingis to be that number 2, and if you saw with Milwaukee, a dominant center can win the NBA. So hopefully, if anything, Porzingis saw the playoffs and he saw the finals, and he's like, okay, who are the biggest impact players during the finals? DeAndre Ayton was up for there for the first couple of games, and especially in previous series, right, as just an absolute force of nature in the paint. And then Giannis dropping 50 in the fucking last game. It's like centers can win in the NBA. You don't need to be a point guard driven team. You can just have a dominant center and let him just fucking feed him shit in the inside. I don't think Porzingis has that in his bag either anymore or at all at this point, which sucks, you know?
When he was at the Knicks, it was a different story.
He was a monster. He was an animal, and he had that edge, right? And I think some of that came from playing in New York, but it's like, if he ever gets back that competitive edge that he did have back in the day, the Mavs have a real shot of getting past the second round, but we'll have to see. I will say this. If we watch the regular season and Porzingis is dropping like 25 to 28 points a game, we're getting to the second fucking round. But if he doesn't, there's no chance, right? Because then it's like Luka's going to score 50, he's going to have 17 assists, and we're going to lose by 10, you know, to the Jazz or some shit.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, man. You just got to hope that it goes well.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. I'm so excited for the season, though. I've been watching the Summer League shit. It's been pretty good so far, but, like, I know that the Mavs have been pushing that number 14 guy because I follow them on, like, Instagram and Twitter and shit. Like, some of their new draft picks are good, but it's like, or, like, we didn't even get any draft picks, right? In the draft, we got no picks. So we just got, like, people that we picked up because we traded away all of our draft picks for, like, Porzingis and shit. So it's like, you know, I just hope that the Mavs get better. I really wish they did sign a big name this offseason, and they just didn't, you know? Because, like, I don't know if that's,
it would sorry if they did.
Yeah. Because, like, think about how many, like, Damian Lillard still hasn't moved, and I don't think he's going to stay in Portland at this point, right?
Oh, he's definitely not. He said him himself. He's not.
Because, like, once Carmelo left, he's like, I don't want to be here anymore.
But he had, like I said, he has CJ McCollum. Like, that's like his help. Like, if he's like shooting good, he has him. Or like, if he's on lockdown, they got him on lockdown. He can just pass it. CJ McCollum, he's gonna get you buckets.
He's
like, he's not gonna. He's not gonna do no stupid shots. He's gonna make sure he gets the bucket.
I can compare McCollum a lot to like Chris Middleton, where it's like he's the guy that's gonna slow the game down. He's not gonna do fancy shit. He can shoot the three. But his deadliest part is when he works you in that mid-range and then gets a jumper 2 and clutch. Because, like, Middleton is the king of that. And McCollum is insane at that as well. So it's like, I'm looking at all these pieces on these other teams where I'm like, clearly Portland is not going to go that far into the playoffs if they make it at all, right? So why not pursue some of these free agents that would make the Mavs better and would make the Mavs more dominant?
Yes. And they know Luka's so good. And, like, why it doesn't hurt for you to go somewhere. But at the end of the day, it's their choice, you know. Yeah. They're the thing. But, I mean, if you want to win a ring before you got to retire, it's your chance.
Because, like, I think that Luka, and this is obviously, like, either a 5 or 10 years down the line type of thing. I think Luka has the propensity. Like, he could very well win 2 to 3 NBA championships, right? If either the Mavs surround him with somebody else that can fucking take some pressure off of him, right? Whether that be a guard who can shoot either just as good as or somebody who can at least space the floor, or we get a dominant center. I think our power forwards in Dwight, like we have power forwards in Dwight and Kleba. I think Kleba's a little bit on the downturn, but Powell, still a great player. I'm still a huge fan of Dwight Powell, you know? So we have good people in, like, the mid, but it's like we don't have somebody else that's just like a dominant force that if Luka's having an off night, they can really just take over and ship us home.
Because he can get hurt at any minute and just like you have to sit out for like a quarter or two and while he's out, who's gonna get them points that they need to like keep like the points going, like keeping it like close, like where he doesn't have to come in and be like 20, 30 points down. Like
Yeah.
maybe if they're like 10, 12 points away, like it'd be fine. He's gonna catch up. Like
Yep. He's got to have somebody else, man. They got to pick somebody else. Well, hey, here's the hoping from one Mavs fan to another. I really do hope the season goes better. I'm not gonna hold my breath though. I think we make the playoffs again. I think we maybe go out in the first round. But I'll say this: if we don't run into because like this year we kind of got fucked running into the Clippers who tanked into playing us. But like if we play like the legitimate 5-6 seed and we're like a lower seed, or even if we're a higher seed, we get to play a lower seed. That's like an actual lower seed. I really do think we can get past the first round. But it's a matchup thing, and it's whether or not we get some free talent somewhere. But that's it.